First of all, I would like to show my high respect to the audience who are participating in the international conference. My name is NOV SAMPORS. I'm from Cambodia and I am also the postgraduate student of the University of Bangalore. And today I'm very great to show all you about what I have researched related to the literature. The title is Analyze Moral Lesson in a Cambodian Short Story. Okay, here are the contents that I'm going to show all you. And this is the title of my forte, the title To Women and a Baby. And for chapter 1 introduction, the identification of a study program, the visions of the Ministry of Education, Youth and Sport provides human resources with good attitude, knowledge, behavior, and value. And one of the best material for pushing learners with this education vision is showing morals through the short story. According to Churchill in 1982, mentioned that morals refer to humans' behavior where morality is a practical activity. The objective of moral education lies in the fact that it can develop shared feeling with others and make one committed to one's own personal responsibility and action, according to Kepler in 2008. And this is the reason of this study is whether the short story used in the textbook are consist of morality or having no meaningful thing in teaching and learning context. Okay, and for the introduction, there is a question, what are the moral lessons in the Cambodian short story entitled To Women and a Baby? And the specific objective is to investigate the moral lesson in the Cambodian short story entitled To Women and a Baby. And the limitation of the study, the convenience sampling is chosen to select interesting short story written in English among other in the official textbook in grade 10 and 11 provided by the Ministry of Education, Youth and Sport. And either researcher chose only one short story in grade 10 for analyzing the morality inside it. And the literature is separated in 3 components such as prose, poetry, and drama. According to Reedy et al. In 2011, literature also show about the way of writing with creative idea for making artistic, imaginary works like poetry, fiction, non-fiction, and drama, so on. Short story is a kind of work which is imaginative narrative on events and characters, and it has no basis in fact. Khmer folktale or traditional legend is a kind of short story which is bred from one generation and one generation, and it's difficult to find a particular author for Khmer folktale as well, because it telling from one generation to one generation based on what they have remembered. And there are no clear or exact form of the structure for using it. Exactly, we can see in the Khmer folktale by the structure like once upon a time or long times ago. And for the character described in the story can be human and animal with a representative to human as well. And the final of the story is usually ended with happiness, sadness, or with moral or proverb. Furthermore, the role of the story is taken for practicing in education and tell about my culture, social value, morality, philosophy, and religious belief, dharma, and the laws of karma, etc. And moral is a term which come from Latin mors, moris, and its meaning refer to the custom, habits, value, and role of life, according to Burton in 2005. Chekhov in 2002 said that moral theory focus on practice about what people should do and not do and how they judge someone. For the gap of the study is the recommendation from the previous researcher is to choose a particular regional story because his found result before is too general. And for the method of the research here, you can see below the way of collecting data analyze. The data is adopted and adapted from the MOOC class upright in 2016. 1. Choose appropriate short story which is written by Khmer author from the learning book in grade 10 and 11 to find out whether the story is written in narrative for original story. 3. Read the story telling continuously and recurrently to take much effort on meaning comprehension. 4. Mark the vocabulary structure of phrases so on for indicating the morality in the story. And number 5, analyzing the findings and discussing them by presenting comprehensive explanation and discussion and, if possible, related relating the messages to the social life and Buddhism perspective. And the last step was concluding the analysis of the results. Okay, for chapter 4, we focus on the finding and discussion. For finding in the story to women and a baby consists of 5 moral lessons. Like number 1, be parents with high accountability with your love. 2, be avoiding to lie someone. 3, be learning not to quickly throw on someone. Number 4, be smart to solve every situation with wise wisdom. And the last is be thinking deeply and critically. Now let's go to the discussion. The first moral that we get from the baby's mother side is being parent with high accountability and with true love. You can see in the events of the stories like that when the judge king let the two mothers, the two ladies, to grab the baby, who the one that reached the baby or try to grab the baby first is the real mother. But exactly the real mother cannot do that because she afraid to make her baby hurt. And this also related to the real life situation. Every parent can do everything or can sacrifice even though their life to their children to make their children in a better condition. Okay, and according to this, Buddhism theory said that the thing that you do with your pure physical mind and speak, that those will bring good things to you back. This according to Chun Kum-in in 2016, page 53. And now the second and the third moral. The second one is being avoiding telling lie to someone. This we get from the negative side of the fake mother. It means that even though she want to get the happiness to fulfill in her life by telling lie to someone, but the result that she get is nothing, and she get regret, and she make herself to be more bad person in the society. Exactly in the real life, you cannot keep telling lie to everyone around you. One day they will know and they cannot trust you anymore, and you become the meaningless person in the life. And the second one, the third moral is learn not to quickly trust on someone. This get from the baby's mother side. It means that even though you are the good person and you do everything good, it doesn't not mean that everyone that come to you or across to you, they all are good. So before trust someone, you have to think critically. According to this, the Buddhism theory think that the thing that you do with your bad physical mind and speech, then those will bring bad thing to you back. So it's the same author Chun Kum-in, and this one related to the second moral is be avoiding telling lie to someone. Okay, now we go to the fourth and the fifth moral. So the fourth moral is being smart to solve every situation with wise wisdom, and the fifth one is be thinking deeply and critically. This we get from the positive side of the Judge King, that he has the high wisdom or knowledge for solving the trouble happened to the mother and the baby, and he can solve easily by using their intelligence or smartness. This one teacher can also motivate and encourage students to take much on their commitment on their study. When they study hard, they will get knowledge, high knowledge, and when the big problem, even though the big problem come to them, and they can solve easily as well. And it's according to the Buddhism theory, it means that the 8 things of Buddha Gosa are divided into 3 parts. The first, called morality or virtue, we consist of speaking rightly, working rightly, and living rightly. And the second part is meditation or mind, which focuses on working hard, try to organize and collect memory rightly, and concentrate on mind and meditation rightly. And the past part is about wisdom, which consists of deep understanding and think of to reflect on something critically. Okay. And now we go to the conclusion and suggestion. For the conclusion, it's according to what have been mentioned about. If we follow what morality and the theory guide we will behave and sing well in the rest of our life. And my recommendation is the next researcher should analyze more national short story to find out more moral value. We are fit to your own religious theory and social context. So that's all about my presentation, and thank you so much for your paying attention.